getting to the final of the Europa League, and at the same time getting the Champions League money and not spending much of it seemingly on players. They are some way behind Celtic in terms of the performance of the Celtic team and Ange Postecoglou. So I think it's a risk, and I don't think Gerrard will go back there. And I'd be surprised if Michael Beale goes to there, because why would he want to go to Rangers when he could have gone to potentially a Premier League club?
Yeah, I know he loved his time under Steven Gerrard up there, though, Simon. And it wouldn't surprise me if he would be tempted at least to speak to them.
Yeah, okay. When you factor that part into the equation, that he's been up there with Gerrard, you can understand it. But again, going to the career path that Michael Beale has alluded to and the ideas behind it, it would be a strange one not to want to go to a Premier League club in Wolverhampton Wanderers and yet still go to Rangers after making the statements he's made at QPR after the approach at Wolves.
Yeah. Having said all that, my sympathy goes to Giovanni van Bronckhorst, but this is football, Stuart. Brian Laudrup, Rangers legend, in a newspaper column has said, Celtic keep getting results now. They're 9 points clear going into this World Cup break. Having played in a European final against Eintracht Frankfurt a few months before, that was in Seville, of course, you'd expect Rangers to put up more of a fight than they did. It was the most disappointing thing, and it wasn't helped by the fact the manager came out saying Rangers couldn't compete and that they didn't have enough financial muscle. For me, if you're the manager of Rangers and your body language is like that and your comments are like that, will your players think they have a chance? Laudrup this morning, pretty scathing on Van Bronckhorst.
Yeah, it is. I don't know whether they've got history between the two of them, but what you would say sometimes as a manager, you say things a means to an end, you know what I mean? You can upset the board level by doing that. Sometimes it has the desired effect and you get what you need as a manager. Other times you'll get in situations like this potentially.
Yes. Let me tell you, the match is underway right now. Argentina against Saudi Arabia. You know, did we expect a shock in this? No, we absolutely did not. Argentina won up thanks to Lionel Messi. The penalty was scored in the first half, the 10th minute to be precise. But with their first shot on target, you guessed it, Saudi Arabia have equalised. It's Argentina-Saudi Arabia, World Cup Group C. It's live in TalkSport 2. Let's dip in now. Commentary Adam Bridge. Alongside him, former Republic of Ireland striker David Connolly.
Finish, as you say. Nasil Shirai going down that right-hand side as we welcome listeners to Talk Sport with the news. But Saudi Arabia with a chance here inside the penalty area as well, at the edge of the box. It was trying to be worked by Al Braykan, and they're still on the attack down this right-hand side. It's 1-1 here. Saudi Arabia starting the second half brilliantly. An equalising goal coming just 3 minutes into the second half. Scored by Salah Shari. Underneath the legs of Christian Romero at the left-hand edge of the 6-yard box, popped it past Martinez into the corner. And this Argentina defence that's been so solid in recent months, not conceding goals. They've kept 9 in 10 clean sheets. Emi Martinez in that goal, breached by Saudi Arabia and one apiece. And David Connolly, the former Republic of Ireland international who played at the 2002 World Cup, is alongside me. Well, it was the first half dominated by Argentina, but they never capitalised on that early goal. No. And Saudi Arabia, what an excellent start to the second half.
Yeah, you've got to say, I mean, they caught Argentina offside 6-7 times in that first 45. Really, really well marshalled defence. Excellent work on the training ground by Rennie Harvard, the manager. And, you know, they've got back in the game. Started the second half exactly the same way, you know, and you would say that they've earned that sort of little bit of luck. Good finish, wasn't it? Excellent finish, taking it past Romero. They doubled up on Lionel Messi, won the ball back on the halfway line, put the ball in behind and took it onto his left foot. Chiré, and a lovely finish into the bottom corner.
Argentina did have the ball in the net a couple of more times in the first half. Martinez thought he'd scored, but that was later ruled out by offside. Messi believed he'd scored, but the flag did go up after he'd scored. But after that really good start and Messi scoring the penalty, you only thought it was going one way. But what's impressed you is the way Saudi Arabia have approached this game. It's so different to the way Iran did yesterday.
Absolutely. Even from the kick-off, there's two ways. You look at Iran, you know, kick-off, they dropped to the edge of their box and they said basically, come and break us down. Saudi here said, no, we're going to keep a high defensive line and we're going to try and catch you offside. We're not going to allow you to dominate. And fair play to them.
7 minutes gone in the second half, then the game live on TalkSport 2. It's Argentina 1, Saudi Arabia 1.
Wow, who would have thought that? Saudi Arabia, of course, neighbouring country to us here in Qatar. Are they going to write major headlines in this, their debut group game? We shall see. Right now, they are absolutely all over Argentina as we speak. And a short time ago with William Hill, I told you that Saudi Arabia 80-1. And Saudi Arabia, you can hear Simon's reaction, you can hear Stuart Pearce's reaction. They've gone in front. Let's return to the match.
Back at the start of the second half, and what a strike that is for Salim Al Dazri. And are we on the cusp of the first real shot of Qatar 2022? Argentina 1, Saudi Arabia 2.
This is sensational. What a strike from Al Dazri. I was just about to say, Argentina, they look like they're on the ropes. I mean, they haven't been able to get out of their box. Scruffy clearing their lines. They attack down the right wing. Saudi Arabia put a brilliant ball in the box. Falls on the edge of the area. First off, it's a great left-footed strike that's cleared by Romero up in the air. Falls to Al Dazri on the opposite side of the box, the left-hand side of the box. He takes it down really, really well in close quarters, gets it onto his right foot, and then just arrows this into the far corner. It's a fabulous finish. I think Martinez might have got a little touch to this. Can't quite keep it out, but sensational from the Saudis.
What a finish. A 17th international goal for Salim Al Dazri. He did get his fingertips to it.
Brilliant.
Wow, what do you make of that? Commentary from Adam Bridge there. They can't believe it. Neither can we back here in studio in Doha, because Argentina went into this off the back of a 35-match unbeaten run, and now, even with Messi leading the line, find themselves 2-1 down to Saudi Arabia, Qatar's neighbours here in this part of the world. You want to go to it? I'm not surprised you do. It's live on TalkSport 2.
A warm-up on TalkSport with EE. You can't always count on a great result for your team, but you can count on EE full fibre broadband to give you the speeds you pay for, even at peak times. Powered by BT. Limited availability. Check coverage at ee.co.uk.
You win some, you lose some. That's why at Mr. Q, the online casino, they've got hundreds of games where it's not all about winning, but playing for the fun of it. So, for a bit of no-nonsense fun and 20 free spins on Fishing Frenzy the Big Catch with your first deposit, get yourself over to MrQ.com. 18 plus. BeGambleAware.org. £10 deposit required. All winnings uncapped and credited to your balance. All T's and C's apply.
Mano Mano. It's Black Friday on manomano.co.uk. Enjoy our fantastic offers. Your savings start now.
DIY, home and garden, manomano.co.uk. You've got this.
Mano Mano. And it's also Black Friday on Mano Mano Pro, the site and app for professionals. Offers valid from the 22nd to the 28th of November. Visit manomano.co.uk and Mano Mano Pro for details.
New things are nice. Fancy stickers, boxy smells. But with eBay's Black Friday deals, there's better than new. Like refurbished headphones, same bass, less waste. Or pre-loved puffer jackets. Same body warming, less global warming. Buy better than new this Black Friday and save up to half price. With refurbished and pre-loved. That's the eBay way. For more information, see ebay.co.uk.
Right, is that what I think it is? Is that footballer Declan Rice eating a conveniently named Muller Rice?
Rice, rice, baby.
And now he's singing Rice, Rice, baby.
Rice, rice, baby.
They have the same name.
Rice, rice, baby.
I just love logical marketing partnerships.
Rice, baby. Muller Rice, the tasty snack that's full on. Muller Rice, full on.
He's weaving his way round. This is the moment. They've been waiting all year for this. He approaches.
At Lidl, we're big on all the big games, with tasty snacks and drinks like our party time selection from $1.49, Budweiser chili and lime chicken wings for $3.99, and craft beers per can from 99p. Now that's big on quality and always Lidl on price. Subject to availability, selected stores, excludes a 9.
Over the years, Talk Sport have brought you an awful lot. Well, title fights, cracking cricket, and of course, full-on football from Qatar. And now we're bringing you your own bookie, Talk Sport Bet. So if you fancy a flutter on the football or a punt on the ponies, look no further than your your favourite radio station, TalkSport Bet. To celebrate, sign up and bet £10 for a free £30 sports bonus. TalkSportBet.com. It's here. Opt-in minimum odds and conditions apply. 18 plus. Be gamble aware.
Screwfix Black Friday deals now with more lines added. Incredible savings on tool storage, decorating and more. Shop on the app, online or in store. Must end Monday. T's and C's apply.
Traffic and travel on Talk Sport, presented by EE Full Fibre Broadband, powered by BT.
County Durham, a problem towards Hartlepool on the A19 South, where there's been an accident at the Sheraton interchange. There's a breakdown in South Yorkshire affecting the M1 North before the exit for Rotherham at junction 35. West Sussex, no access through Arundel all morning on the A27. Accident investigation work east from the Crossbush junction towards a turn-off for Worthing. Cross-country trains replaced by the bus between Leamington Spa and Coventry, and disruption for South Western where there has been a landslip at Honiton. I'm Sarah Elliott.
Can a smart thermostat reduce my bills?
That's a really easy question to answer. Yes. In fact, our sleek new Hive Thermostat Mini could save you up to £311 per year on your energy bills, because it helps you control your heating and hot water from wherever you are. And with 20% off in the Black Friday sale, it's now £95.20. Offer ends 30th of November. Search Hive Smart Thermostat. Terms and exclusions apply. Savings based on an average annual energy consumption of 10,578 kilowatts per hour at 10.3p per kilowatts per hour.
The FIFA World Cup Qatar 2022 on TalkSport. The very best from the Middle East on official broadcaster of the FIFA World Cup Qatar 2022 TalkSport.
In the zone on TalkSport with William Hill. Get epic value or tournament with William Hill. 18 plus. Be gambleaware.org.
Yeah, let's look at the very latest odds ahead of some of the matches, of course, and of course the one that's underway at this moment. We're doing that with William Hill. I'm delighted to say that Lee Phelps joins us live from William Hill. Lee, hi to you, my friend. Gabriel Batistuta was telling me earlier, yeah, this could be Argentina's time. Well, I tell you what, they're up against the clock at the moment because they're 2-1 down to Saudi Arabia. What can you give me on that?
Unbelievable. You talk about commentator's curse. That's the legend's curse, wasn't it? At half-time, Saudi Arabia were 80-1 to win this game. The draw was 18-1. Unbelievably, suddenly, Argentina still the favourites to win the game, 23-20. The draw now 15-8, just under 2-1. And Saudi Arabia are just under 3-1 at 29-10. I mean, it's just how these things can change so quickly with in-play betting. Yeah, I mean, you'd expect Argentina to still get there, wouldn't you? I mean, some of the enhanced odds.
Well, you would, Lee, but you'd never have expected this scoreline. I mean, if you've got a few quid in Saudi Arabia, you're beginning to sweat a bit. Tell me more about the latest tournament odds after England and the Netherlands wins.
Yeah, the one thing that's interesting is Argentina have been pushed out live as well. So they were 9-2 second favourites, now 11-2 with this current scoreline. That obviously will change if they go on to win the game. Brazil 100-30, Argentina, as I said, 11-2, England 13-2 third favourites. Then you've got France, Spain, Netherlands at 8s, 10s and 11s, Germany, Portugal, then Belgium. We obviously haven't seen them play yet, but those will change as we go through. Netherlands attracted a little bit of money after that win against Senegal yesterday, but the big story at the moment obviously is Argentina. Can they turn this around and justify second favouritism?
Yes, absolutely. Lee just reminded me there, Argentina 2-1 down at the moment, past the hour mark, up against Saudi Arabia, neighbouring country here to us here in Qatar. And that one's live on TalkSport too. They're 2-1 down to Saudi Arabia. What can you give me in the Golden Boot? Harry Kane drifting after limping away from the stadium. What have you got, Lee?
Yeah, he's gone out to 12-1. So he was like 7-1 co-favourite, remember, 12-1. I mean, amazingly didn't score in an England 6-2 victory. I must say the William Hill traders were sweating a little bit, because if Kane scores, England win and both teams score, there's overs and the goals, and it's not good news. So they were happy. He's drifted out to 12-1 for the Golden Boot. Lionel Messi, the new favourite, given that he scored already in this game and may well go on to score another one in this game if Argentina get back in it. He's 5-1. Mbappe, who we'll see later, 8-1. Neymar, 11-1. Then we've got Lautaro Martinez, also had chances in this game. Galore, of course, 18-1. Ronaldo, 18s. The big move was Bukayo Saka after his brace yesterday. 20-1 in the top goal scorer betting there for the World Cup 2022.
Okay. Lee, thank you very much indeed. Lee Phelps, that was a look at the latest odds thanks to William Hill. Get epic odds with William Hill. Terms, conditions apply. You've got to be 18 and over. BeGambleAware.org.
In the Zone on TalkSport with William Hill. Get epic value or tournament with William Hill. 18 plus, BeGambleAware.org.
Here in the TalkSport studio in Doha in Qatar, no better time for Julien Laurent, our very popular European football expert, to be joining Simon, myself and Stuart Pearce. Julian, what about this? Did anyone see this coming at the moment? Argentina 1, Saudi Arabia 2. Maybe the name is on this win today because Saudi Arabia have just got away with their lives there, haven't they?
Everything going their way so fine. That game incredible. We were saying with Stuart, the Saudi Arabia manager is French, Hervé Renard, and he loves wearing those tight white shirts on a very muscular body, like someone else that we know. Someone else that is...
he goes to the same very expensive shots as our own Simon Jordan. But at the moment, Argentina are trying to break fast. But Stuart, there's not a lot to suggest to me that this is not going to end up as a major shock.
Well, the way the Saudis are playing, they've come out in the second half and the energy, the pressing and whatever, and their back line is very well organised. They're squeezing up really tight. They got away with a few in the first half, but second half, there'll be more goals in this game, without a doubt.
Yeah, Simon, I haven't seen you as animated.
This is
you almost fell off your chair when the Saudis went 2-1 up.
But this is what the World Cup's about. This is a proper game of football, and you've got to give a lot of credit to the Saudis because they've come out with very little expectation upon everyone expecting Argentina to roll over them.
Yeah,
and it's anything but, isn't it, Stu?
Yeah, it's brilliant. The tempo of the game's fantastic.
Crazy,
the Argentinians are trying to play everything as quickly as they can, and listen, whatever the result is, I couldn't call this one at the moment.
No, it's impossible, isn't it?
On that.
Well, sure, this one's live on TalkSport too. If you want to listen to live commentary of that, as we say at the moment, Argentina trailing by 2-1 to Saudi Arabia. Julian is with us here in studio. Julian, France going against Australia. The other side of the break, we'll talk about that. Your impressions of the World Cup thus far?
I arrived on Wednesday, like Stuart. I have to say we've been very well welcomed in here. The atmosphere has been building up as the fans were arriving, especially the South Americans and the Argentines and the Ecuadorians, the Mexicans. It was great, and to be fair, work-wise, it's been really busy because I think, yes, there are stories outside of football, but now that the football has started, I think we're all focusing a bit on the football now, and rightly so, same for the players. But yeah, I have to say it's exactly what I expected so far.
I know you, for one, are really glad, Simon. The emphasis has shifted
very much so
from off the field to on the field.
Yep.
And the goings on at the moment between Argentina and Saudi Arabia prove that.
Absolutely.
It was always going to go to football, wasn't it?
It was, in the end, once people got on with the business of what this tournament is really about, which is playing football, we will now hopefully spend the rest of the time talking about the football.
Okay, in a moment we'll talk about who's not here for Julian's beloved French squad, because there's no Pogba, there's no Kanté, and there's no Karim Benzema. So what are we going to see tonight? Will we see a shock tonight between the French and Australia, as we are appearing to see at the moment, underway between Messi, Argentina and Saudi Arabia? It's live in TalkSport 2, and Saudi Arabia continue to be 2-1 up in this match. Julien Laurent coming your way very shortly after this.
A warm-up on TalkSport with EE. You can't always count on VAR getting it right, but you can count on EE broadband with smart Wi-Fi that reaches all around your home. Powered by BT. Limited availability. Check coverage at ee.co.uk.
My dad's a builder. He reckons there's nothing he can't do, unless it's anything to do with his phone. He's got a Travis Perkins trade account, but he hasn't downloaded the app, so I did it for him. Now he gets his own personalised discounts, he can check stock on the go at any branch, and he has all his Travis Perkins invoices in one place to keep track of costs. So he's very, very happy. His joke, not mine. Travis Perkins, doing what matters for the trade. Open a trade account and download the app at travisperkins.co.uk.
This season,
Delivery.
Prime Video is delivering the entire 2022 Rugby Autumn Nation Series to your door. Watch the home nations take on the best teams from the Southern Hemisphere, including New Zealand, Australia and South Africa. Exclusively on Prime Video this year.
Christmas in my can. Sweet but no sugar inside, are you mad? I can never compromise with the max. This year Santa's sleigh's full throttle. He's got flavours and fizz in a bottle. We all know that it's time to get festive. About to put maximum taste in my beverage. Pepsi Max, maximum taste, no sugar.
The greatest asset of any business? People. Because with the right people in the right seats, brilliant things happen. Total Jobs make it easy to find the right people for your business. So, find your people with Total Jobs, a team you can trust. Start growing your team today at totaljobs.com.
When people ask me about greener ways to heat their homes, I always recommend Samsung heat pumps. Instead of gas, they use electricity, plus the energy in the air outside to heat your home and water. So not only are Samsung heat pumps low carbon, they're energy efficient too. You can even control your heating with your smartphone, and it's all backed by a 7-year warranty.
Search Samsung heat pumps today for a greener way to heat your home.
Your friend's latest binge watch. Your mum's go-to cheesecake recipe. We all love a recommendation. So when you need a job doing, why not go somewhere with hundreds of thousands of them? Trustatrader.com. From plumbers to pest controllers, we only let the very best tradespeople become members, so each one comes with reviews, history and chat options. And we'll find the ones closest to you. So whatever the job, you can always trust a trader.
TalkSport Sports Update.
With the TalkSport headlines at 11:32, I'm Nick Ellaby. Good morning. At the World Cup, Saudi Arabia lead Argentina 2-1 after 68 minutes. Salim Al-Dazri with a stunning strike, worth looking up if you haven't seen it. The game is live now over on TalkSport 2. Meanwhile, Teddy Sheringham has told TalkSport Gareth Southgate is like Terry Venables in the way he gives England's young players confidence. Southgate wants less sloppy defending from his team, though, despite a 6-2 win over Iran. Meanwhile, after a 1-1 draw with the USA, Wales manager Rob Page says Ethan Ampadu and Harry Wilson are both being patched up ahead of their game with Iran on Friday. And England's cricketers have suffered a record ODI defeat, losing by 221 runs to Australia at the MCG and sliding to a series whitewash. The Aussies posted 364. England were all out for 142. Jason Roy top scored with just 33.
Touch and engage for the Autumn Nations Series 2022, exclusively over on TalkSport 2. Saturday afternoon from 3:15. Hear hard-tackling exclusive rugby commentary of Wales versus Australia.
Try given!
Followed by England versus South Africa at 5:30.
Absolute ecstasy and passion.
The Autumn Nations Series 2022. Saturday afternoon from 3:15. Exclusively over on TalkSport 2.
Like and subscribe, please.
You're listening to Jim White and Simon Jordan. It is World Cup warm-up. We're coming to you live from Doha, Qatar, live on TalkSport in partnership with EE, lead partner of the home nations teams. Let's do this together. Well, maybe somebody told the Saudi Arabians to do it together, because at the moment they are doing it together. They're 2-1 up on mighty Argentina, Messi et al. At the moment, and the clock is ticking. 2-1 up. It's live in TalkSport 2. A man called Salem Al-Dasari has written his name all over this match. He could be the toast of his country tonight. Plays for Al Hilal, 31 years of age, and he scored with an unstoppable shot to make it 2-1. The clock is ticking, as I say, at the moment in that match, live on TalkSport 2. Stuart Pearce is alongside Simon and myself. So too is our European football expert, Julien Laurent. The Saudis going great guns against Argentina at the moment, Julien. That is now, but later on tonight, the French take on Australia. Is live in TalkSport, 7 o'clock kickoff for that UK time. Julien, what about this? Can the French become the first side to win consecutive World Cups since Brazil in 1962, even without key personnel who haven't made it here?
I think with a full strong team, I think it would have been possible, although as you've been saying, no one has done it since Brazil in 62, to show you how hard it is. And there's that little curse, isn't it, of the former holders who keep getting knocked out in the group stage of the following World Cup. But without all those players that you mentioned, I don't think it's possible now. The only positive, I guess, out of all those injuries is that there will be less pressure on us, less pressure on the team, that you don't expect really them to go all the way when you've got, and no Varane tonight, by the way, is going to be on the bench because he's not fully fit. either. So no Varane, no Pogba, no Kanté, no Kimpembe, no Benzema. 5 starters out of the starting 11. I think that can maybe give them a little bit more freedom and feeling that, you know, whatever happens now, but they're not as favourite as they would have been.
I mean, sure, Julian's right. If it was England, 2 key midfielders out, Benzema's out, that's like Kane being out. Yeah. So, I mean, it really, really holds you back, doesn't it?
Numbers like that, it does. I mean, when people were picking the England squad, they were saying, oh, England have got the odd player out. But I think there's only Chilwell away from it. To have 5 players out from your actual... Reece James, sorry, yeah. To have 5 players out from your potential starting 11, that is high numbers to win a World Cup.
Where is Didier Deschamps then, Julian, in the eyes and minds of the French Republic, the French public at the moment? How do they view this fella?
Well, there's been a few tensions with the federation as well. For example, the president is on his way out, and Deschamps, I think, knows that the objective is the semi-final, and if he doesn't get there, I think it is over for him. His contract expires after the World Cup, and we discussed it before, Zinedine Zidane is at home on his sofa just waiting for the place to be free, which is fair enough. For Deschamps, and he said to the players, listen, all these issues, all these injuries will bring us together even more, will unite us even more. He wants that team spirit. I think he's going to go back to a more defensive mindset, which, to be fair, won them the World Cup in 2018 and won him the World Cup as a player in 98 as well. And then I guess Kylian Mbappe will have to step up. But I was told last night that since Benzema left early on Sunday morning, the feeling in the camp has been a bit maybe more relaxed, in the sense that, like we said earlier, they don't feel they have pressure anymore, because really when you've got all that talent missing, you just play for fun more than for the result.
Yeah, we've got what we've got, so we may as well get on with it. Julian, explain to me, how does Olivier Giroud become the all-time French goal scorer?
He needs 2 goals, which is crazy.
Eclipsing Henry, right?
Yeah, Thierry Henry. So we can always argue on the talent of the 2 guys, of course, and Giroud beating Thierry Henry for the most goals scored in French football national team history would be crazy. But it shows as well the credit that he deserves for the longevity, for the incredible career that he's having. He's 36 and he will start the World Cup, France World Cup game tonight against Australia. He's having a great season with Milan. He was very good in September in the international when Benzema was already out. Him and Mbappe and Griezmann have this understanding because they played with each other for so long. So I'm happy for Olivier, as sad as I am for Karim, the dream. I'm happy for Giroud that he will start tonight and get this chance for his last World Cup.
Simon, I was going to say to Simon Stewart, maybe we're on the verge of seeing a World Cup of shocks, Simon, at the moment, because the French will be up against it. When you've got no Kanté, no Pogba, no Benzema, Australia might prove to be difficult customers later on tonight, just as Saudi Arabia are proving right now against mighty Argentina.
Yeah, and that's what you hope to see in World Cups. You hope to see form books being thrown out the window, and you want to see competitive teams coming into competitions, and also shocks manifesting themselves. But shocks like that we're currently watching is something that's a little bit off the radar, I think, for most of the teams. But I don't think Australia will trouble France this evening, and I do think that France should expect to go deep in this tournament. I know that we've potentially got to play them in the quarterfinals if it all goes to plan, but I still would not discount France. And I would be surprised if professional footballers playing in a World Cup tournament, losing certain players, would be sat there relaxed in their mindset about the expectation being reduced.
Yeah,
I still think France are coming here to compete in this World Cup and try and win it.
Stuart, you're going to come in with something there.
Yeah, does this, with the players missing from the French squad, does this really elevate Mbappe to say, I need to carry this squad and deliver at this tournament?
Yeah, and you know what, that's what he wants anyway. So he keeps saying that he was born for this. He was born for the big stage, born for the tournament, born to be the leader, born to be the superstar, which is fine by me, to be fair. And now he has to deliver, and I think he needs to step up tonight. 4 years ago, he was this wonder kid coming through. He was 19, nobody really, we knew him, but I don't think people expected him to hit that height. Now it's different. He's a world-class established player, and this is his time now.
You two are on the sofa right now in the TalkSport studio, and at the moment you're friends, and we understand why. Julian Laurent with Stuart Pearce. But Stuart, one of the popular permutations here is that England could meet the French further down the line. How would you feel about that?
I think we'll always be cordial entendre. What is it?
Stuart, that was an incredible.
It was a good try. It was a good try.
That was all right.
How far away was he from what he was trying to tell us there, Julian?
I have to say at the start, I was like, not so sure. Entente cordiale, yes.
We'll have a bottle of Entente cordiale. I mean, if that was to come about, that would be an almighty game, wouldn't it? England-France?
It would be incredible in the quarterfinals if they both finish first and then obviously win the last 16 games. So many players have played from France in England, of course. Not so much currently, less than a few years ago, but still they know each other so well. There's a lot of respect between Southgate and Deschamps, and because France is still the holders, as Simon was saying. So if you're England, you will have to beat the best all your way to how far you can go, and if that means beating France, yeah, but we will be up for it, trust me.
Julian, Stuart, Simon, there is one almighty story brewing in this Qatar 2022 World Cup. It's happening right now. It is Argentina, many people's favourites to go all the way and win it. Certainly Gabriel Batistuta told me last night, I fancy my home nation to go and do it. Well, at the moment they're up against it against Saudi Arabia, so much so they are 2-1 down and the clock is very much ticking. Neighbouring country, of course, Saudi Arabia to Qatar. Let's dip into the live commentary on TalkSport to Adam Bridge and former Republic of Ireland striker David Connolly.
A little toe in, a little foot in. Welcome to listeners to TalkSport. You join us with approximately 12 minutes plus stoppage time to go here in the Lusail Stadium in Lusail City, and the shock of the World Cup is on the cards. Argentina 1, ranked 3 in the world. Saudi Arabia 2, ranked 51. It's a free kick right now for Argentina in a dangerous position. The sort of position that Lionel Messi can usually deliver in, David Connolly.
Yeah, he's had a few goes at free kicks of late. He hasn't scored from any though, so and you've got to say, they keep knocking at the door, Argentina, but haven't created anything really clear cut in this second half.
Got the yellow card there for one of the goal scorers, Salim Al-Dazri. Here's Messi, about 25, maybe 30 yards out from goal. He's already scored from the penalty spot today.
Well, he had one against the Emirates, which he just put just wide, one against Honduras, just over the bar.
Perfect for it, it's just to the right of the D, 30 yards out, heavy breathing. The whiskers are moving on Lionel Messi's face as he's over this ball. He's gone alongside him, Rodrigo de Paul, and Di Maria's down the side as well, potentially, if he doesn't go for goal. 3 in the wall, not the tallest, or 4 in the wall actually, and again there's a bit of a contretemps at the edge of the penalty area between 2 Argentinian players who are making their own wall and 2 more Saudi Arabians who are trying to block them off. So plenty of green shirts back. Here's Messi. There's the referee's whistle on that left foot of his, and it's nowhere near troubling the goalkeeper Mohamed Al-Wers. And Saudi Arabia so not fortunate to be in front, so deserving with such a wonderful second goal.
Yeah, absolutely. The second goal was superb, Al-Dazri. But in this second half, they've dropped a little bit deeper, absorbed a lot. They've defended brilliantly. I've got to say, got their toe in, put their bodies in the way of things, cleared their lines while they look a little bit leggy, but nonetheless, haven't got too much longer now to see this through.
Argentina have made 4 changes. They've got 10 minutes to find a goal for that record, equaling 37th game unbeaten. The match continues on TalkSport 2, where it's Argentina 1, Saudi Arabia 2.
Can you imagine this tonight here in Qatar? The headlines are already being written. They already are written by the Saudi Arabia team, but at the moment, can they hold on with 10 minutes to go? A lot of very anxious faces. Argentinian fans who've travelled here, very anxious at this stage. This could be a nightmare start for Messi and Argentina. It is 2-1 to Saudi Arabia at the moment. This would be one of the biggest World Cup upsets of all time. Back with Julien Laurent and Simon and Stuart Pearce very shortly.
For warm-up on TalkSport with EE. You can't always count on the gaffer to pick the right side, but you can count on EE full fibre broadband to give you the speeds you pay for, even at peak times. Powered by BT. Limited availability. Check coverage at ee.co.uk.
I'm an accountant, but I work with a lot of builders, tax returns, financial advice, that sort of thing. So if you're a builder, open a Travis Perkins trade account and download the app. You get your own personalised discounts, you can check stock on the go at any branch, and have all your Travis Perkins invoices in one place to keep an eye on costs. Important at this time, though if you're an accountant, important at any time. Travis Perkins, doing what matters for the trade. Open a trade account and download the app at travisperkins.co.uk.
You win some, you lose some. That's why at Mr. Q, the online casino, they've got hundreds of games where it's not all about winning, but playing for the fun of it. So, for a bit of no-nonsense fun and 20 free spins on Fishing Frenzy the Big Catch with your first deposit, get yourself over to MrQ.com. 18 plus. BeGambleAware.org. £10 deposit required. All winnings uncapped and credited to your balance. Full T's and C's apply.
So he's weaving his way round. This is the moment. They've been waiting all year for this. He approaches!
At Lidl, we're big on all the big games, with tasty snacks and drinks like our party time selection from $1.49, Budweiser chili and lime chicken wings for $3.99, and craft beers per can from 99p. Now that's big on quality and always little on price. Subject to availability, selected stores, excludes a 9.
Malware and trackers are on the attack, but NordVPN comes into play. Spectacular save! NordVPN and TalkSport have an exclusive Black Friday offer just for you. Secure your online privacy with a 1 or 2 year NordVPN plan and get 4 months for free. Don't miss this chance and visit nordvpn.com/TalkSport.
Oi, is that what I think it is? Is that footballer Declan Rice eating a conveniently named Muller Rice?
Rice, rice, baby.
And now he's singing Rice, Rice, Baby.
Rice, rice, baby.
They have the same name.
Rice, rice, baby.
Oh, I just love logical marketing partnerships.
Rice, baby. Muller Rice, the tasty snack that's full on. Muller Rice, full on.
Ooh. Half off isn't always a good thing, but with Sky Mobile, it is. Because this Black Friday, we've trimmed an incredible 50% off our 60 gig plan when you choose any new phone. Get a 60 gig plan at a snip this Black Friday, but hurry. This offer ends 28th of November. Go to sky.com/mobile. 50% off. So £15 a month on 60 gigabyte data plan, normally £30 a month with any other phone over 36 months. Offer lost if you mix your plan. Not available with any other offers. Terms apply.
Hold up, stop! Don't just accept the first credit card offer you get, willy-nilly. Comparing them with Experian First could get you a way better deal. Delicious. I am so sorry for that. Before you do credit cards, do Experian First. Experian Limited is a credit broker, not a lender, based on transferring a balance from an interest-bearing card to one with a 0% interest-free period.
Screwfix Black Friday deals, now with more lines added. Incredible savings on tool storage, decorating and more. Shop on the app, online or in-store. Must end Monday. T's and C's apply.
Traffic and Travel on Talk Sport, presented by EE Full Fibre Broadband, powered by BT.
In Devon on the A38, there's a lane closed eastbound after an accident between the King's Stainton turn-off and Harkham Cross, causing queues towards Exeter from Drum Bridges. In West Sussex, the A27 is closed eastbound from Arundel to Worthing after an accident, but long delays as you divert. In Denbighshire, the A548 is partly blocked by an accident west of Prestatyn, causing queues. In County Durham, Levenbank Road's closed eastbound out of Yarm after an accident. And in Dumfries and Galloway, the A75 is closed at Crocketford, west of Dumfries after an accident. I'm Russell Holding.
Can a smart thermostat reduce my bills?
That's a really easy question to answer. Yes. In fact, our sleek new Hive Thermostat Mini could save you up to £311 per year on your energy bills, because it helps you control your heating and hot water from wherever you are. And with 20% off in the Black Friday sale, it's now £95.20. Offer ends 30th of November. Search Hive Smart Thermostat. Terms and exclusions apply. Savings based on an average annual energy consumption of 10,578 kilowatts per hour at 10.3p per kilowatts per hour.
World Cup Game Day Warm-Up with Jim White and Simon Jordan on Talk Sport.
The player to watch on Talk Sport with EE. Count on EE Full Fibre Broadband to give you the speeds you pay for, even at peak times. Powered by BT. Limited availability. Check coverage at ee.co.uk.
Yeah, and let's take a look now at our player to watch with EE. Nobody better for that task than our European football expert, Julien Laurent. It's not going to be Saudi Arabian, is it?
No. Although I could have. I picked Ibrahim Konate, the Liverpool centre-back, who will start for France tonight for his first ever World Cup game, of course. Even if he only had played 3 full games with Liverpool this season because of a few injuries, I think he's ready. He's been so impressive when playing for the Reds last season after moving from Leipzig, and this is his big chance. He will play against his pal, Dario Upamecano, and for him, Paris born and bred. I mean, he grew up near where my grandparents were. I played football with his brothers. His sister, his sister in the La Roquette area, not too far from where Simon used to live in Paris, but not as posh, of course. But yeah, so good luck to Konate, and I know a lot of people who will really want him to do well.
Excellent. Stuart, where's the man Jordan not lived? I mean, that's the thing, isn't it?
Well, I'll tell you where he hasn't. The hotel I'm staying in, because he checked out straight away. Thanks for teeing that one up, mate. Much appreciated.
Konate, that was our player to watch with the EE full fibre broadband that can handle anything.
The player to watch on TalkSport with EE. Count on EE full fibre broadband to give you the speeds you pay for, even at peak times. Powered by BT. Limited availability. Check coverage at ee.co.uk.
Is there a major shock still on in the opening stages of this World Cup tournament? It would appear, yes, there is, because right now, and it's live on TalkSport 2, the scoreline remains the same with now just minutes to go. Argentina 1, Saudi Arabia 2. No, we're not joking. Saudi Arabia on the brink of one of the biggest shocks of all time at any World Cup finals. We'll keep you across it. You want to go to it live, you can. It's live on TalkSport 2. Simon, yesterday, you and I were in a box at the England game.
Yes.
Again, we caught up with the PSG owner, Nasser Al-Khelaifi, and he was telling us there was a €4 billion euros offer on the table for PSG. What else, Simon, that they were not of a mind to sell?
Yeah, no, I think they will sell a proportion of the club. I just don't think they'll sell it in its entirety. So what it does tell you is that football clubs are in vogue economically. You know, I don't know who the potential interested party was, although apparently we just missed them when we came into the box. So that would be interesting to see who that might be. I think very much in the Americans are very interested in a lot of clubs, and I find it fascinating that PSG are at that level and Chelsea are at $2.5 billion, because everybody, with no offence intended, Julian, would look at the Premier League and say financial juggernaut, everything is there, and yet Nasser's talking about a PSG situation where someone wants to pay $4 billion or whatever he might want to sell as a proportion of the club. But it's interesting.
Nasser struck up a fair old friendship with the man Jordan, to be honest, Julian. What's your take on it? Would you think, that would be right, they're not interested in selling, even if it is $4 billion?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, I was hoping Simon was the bidder for $4 billion, so I would have a lot of access at my boyhood club, of course. More seriously, I think Sai is right. They would sell maybe 10-15%. They're not right now in the mindset of selling the whole club, because they've done an amazing job. Let's not forget they bought it 11 years ago for €50 million. So to go from 50 million to 4 billion, even if you don't really think it's worth that much, it's worth around the 3 billion. The brand is so strong. They've got Messi, Neymar, Mbappe on their books. And they've got a brand new training ground worth 200 million euros, about to be ready now for the first team to come and train in it. So
sure,
the club is in really good position.
Julian, thank you very much indeed. Stuart Pearce, thanks to you. Simon, you and I will talk the other side of off air today as to what you and I are going to do in the afternoon here in Doha, Qatar. But of course, with one of the biggest shocks potentially on the cards with just minutes to go, let's dip back into TalkSport 2 and they will take us out today. It's Argentina 1, Saudi Arabia 2. Let's rejoin David Conley and Adam Bridge.
Acuna swings it over, breaks towards the edge of the box, and it's cleared away, but only as far this time as Otamendi. No, it's not Otamendi, it's Martinez. Otamendi was out and forward from that corner. Here's De Paul, right footing, chips the ball in round the back, trying to get there was Otamendi. Keeper goes down, hooks forwards by Alvarez, headed off the goal line. He's given the free kick for the foul anyway. He did really well here. I think, the goalkeeper's going to get booked here, but De Paul with a diagonal ball came up, the goalkeeper went for it, he spilt it, ball hooked back in goalwards, cleared off the line. But I think the referee blew the whistle for the challenge on the keeper.
Well, I think the keeper has remonstrated that he wasn't given a card earlier. He wasn't given the foul earlier, and therefore he's been booked for his remonstration.
Yeah, I think you're right. But nonetheless, it just shows you the Saudis have been superb. Marginal offside.
It would have been offside anyway.
Yeah. But nonetheless, look how quickly they drop back on the goal line. Two players there, and one of them heads it off the line.
I mean, Otamendi's cutted the keeper, hasn't he?
Yeah.
There's no doubt about that. But then off the line, brilliantly, by the substitute, who's not been on the field too long at all before making the intervention, Abdullah Al-Amri.
with that challenge and that header. Wow, we've had nearly 2 minutes of the 8 that have been added at the end of this game. Argentina 1, Saudi Arabia 2. A gulf between these two sides in footballing terms, in footballing success as well. Twice winners of the World Cup versus a side the best they've ever done is reach the round of 16. That was in 1994. And yet today, when all things are being equal, it may well be Saudi Arabia's day. The biggest win in their history. Down the right-hand side, here they come again, looking to try and get the crossover. Unable to deliver this time round was Sultan Al-Nam, but he's got his side of corner.
I think Sultan did really well. I don't think he wanted to cross that. He just shot back in with a touch into Acuna, knowing that he was probably going to win a corner, and he's done just that. Good play there from the sub.
Second corner for Saudi Arabia.
Surely not going to put this in the box, are they, Adam? It looks like they are, but you'd imagine they'd maybe take this short.
Salim Al-Dazri to deliver. We've had 3 of the 8 added at the end of this game. Al-Dazri from this right-hand side takes it short. You know, there was no messing around. Cano's there as well. Not sure they can keep it there for 5 minutes, though, because the offside flag's gone up.
Al-Dazri did really, really well, but it's just his teammate that's straight offside.
Argentina will come forward again. This time down that right-hand side with Lionel Messi. He's on his way towards halfway. Cuts inside one challenge, and then you just get the right boot of Abdallah Malki, who just launches it into the stand.
At least he's moving well now. Lionel Messi, he was limping for a little bit a few moments ago.
He was, but he looks free and easy now, and boy, they're going to need him in this last 4 minutes if they're going to get themselves a draw in this game, because surely that's the best they can hope for right now with just 4 minutes of added time to play.
Cano with another really good foot in. I mean, he's huge. He's about, what, 6'2", 6'3", the Saudi centre mid. He's been excellent today.
And you can tell he's grafted. Just the way he's running right now is more of a gentle trot, isn't it?
Yeah, he's slow to get back on side. He's often been in and around Lionel Messi.
They've never beaten Argentina. 4 times they've played them, 2 draws, 2 wins going back over the years. As right-footed, that swung into the penalty area. The keeper comes and he's cleared it out. The referee's not giving the foul, so the keeper's not in goal. Here's Messi at the edge of the penalty area. Messi still going in the box. Messi with the ball at feet, 3 around him, and they eventually get the ball away. Messi just left it too long, and it's cleared out midway inside their own half for Saudi Arabia. But the keeper is obviously suffered an injury, and he took his player out at the same time. So the referee insisted that they get some support on here. And it's no surprise, it's Yasser El-Sharai, the fullback, who got cleaned out at the same time as the keeper coming for the ball. Oh, yeah, that's nasty.
That's a head injury, and maybe this should have been stopped.
That's
a
on
lot
the
sooner.
Oh dear, yeah, looking at that again.
His own goalkeeper, I mean, his own goalkeeper's down on his knees. I think he's distraught here. The injury's caused his teammate. He's got his head in his hands.
A knee to the jaw, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's awful. Absolutely awful. Well, this is going to be a further delay here, and quite rightly, because he's going to need some urgent treatment there. The referee let play continue. Messi was dancing in the box and was probably about maybe a metre and a half away from him at one point, getting ready to place a shot. There's a very worried look on the bench of the Saudi Arabians, as you can imagine, and Hervé Renard, the coach, just encouraging the substitute to get himself ready. Our referee, Slavko Vincic, has gone across, of course, and well, it's no great surprise that the signal of a substitute is coming. There is a stretcher out there as well. And I think at the same time, I'm not sure if Mohamed Al-Worst, the keeper, didn't pick up a bit of an injury there, because that was some collision.
Well, but also he's got to focus on the game now. As upset as he is about injuring his teammate, there is still a few minutes of this game to go once they get this sub done, and he's got to focus on the game here. He's done well coming for things, hasn't he? Diagonals in the box, the goalkeeper. He hasn't played them cleanly, but he's often got them outside the box. Again, though, once he did come off his line, what did Saudi do really well, the centre-backs? Dropped back towards the goal line, covered the goal, protected the goal. And in the second half, they've done that superbly.
Mohamed Al-Break is the player that will come on. Well, the good news is he's up and about, is Yasser El-Sharai. I think, again, the goalkeeper making the point to the referee to say, which is a bit dangerous, bearing in mind he's already been booked for making this same point already, to say, why didn't you stop the play sooner? really did look, I mean, obviously we've seen it in slow motion. It looks quite an awful injury to the face.
He is up by the looks of it, which is promising.
Well, he is certainly holding, I think, cotton wool or tissue to his nose, and it's no great surprise.
Do you not think, though, that was clear, Adam, that was a head injury, and the referee should have blown the whistle?
Well, I mean, we saw it yesterday with the Iranian keeper, didn't we? I mean, that was, again, a very clear scenario, and it is really time that FIFA and all of the football, because we see it in the Premier League, all of them get it sorted. Look, get them off, do a temporary concussion substitution, and see how we go. Welcome, listeners, to Talk Sport. We are 7.5 minutes into added time at the end of this game. There was due to be 8 minutes, but right now it's Argentina 1, Saudi Arabia 2, and we've had a sickening clash inside the penalty area. Mohamed Al-Worst, the keeper, came out to collect a ball in, clattered into Yasser Al-Sharai, who's been one of Saudi Arabia's most impressive players. The fullback was caught flush in the jaw by the knee of the goalkeeper. The good news is he is up and about. They have got him off the playing surface, and he did look like he was able to walk himself. They're obviously going to make a substitution to bring themselves back up to full numbers. If you have just joined us, the story of this game, Argentina in front after 10 minutes with a penalty from Lionel Messi. A couple of offside goals in the first half that put the ball in the back of the net, and then one was ruled out via VAR, the other a very late flag from the assistant. But 2 goals in the second half, 2 terrific goals as well, from Salah Shari and Salim Al-Dazri with an absolute beauty into the top corner, giving Saudi Arabia the advantage early on in this second half. You'll hear the applause, and that right now is for Yasser Al-Sharai, who's been carried away. David Connolly, we're probably going to be here for another 4, 5, 6 minutes, but Saudi Arabia just fighting resolutely in what would be, one of the greatest all-time World Cup shots.
Absolutely. They've been superb this second half. They've still got a few minutes to go, though, camped on the edge of their box. They've absorbed, soaked up all this Argentinian pressure, done really, really well, offered a threat going the other way, scored 2 great goals, and they've been superb at Saudi Arabia in this second half.
We're still going. We've had 9 minutes of time added on. That ball's kicked over the top inside the penalty area. Alvarez tries to get the shot away, but the Man City forward shot is blocked out by the other impressive fullback inside the penalty area, Sol Abdulhamid, and it's another corner down this left-hand side for Argentina. Their 7th of the game, and it's going to be delivered by Acuna, and it's swung towards the edge of the 6-yard box. It's headed clear, but only as far as Rodrigo de Paul, who pushes it out wide to this left-hand side. Acuna in again to Alvarez, who gets it across the box, and it's headed away again, this time by the goal scorer Salim Al-Dazri. That's how deep they are defending right now. It's a corner down this left-hand side, again for Argentina. We've had 9.5, nearly 10 minutes of the time added on. Here's Acuna, swung towards that back post, and 3 were queuing up for the header, but it's away, and maybe a chance to get away here for Al-Dazri, but it's kept in down that right-hand side for Di Maria, who launches it inside the penalty area. Alvarez with a header, and it's a leaping save, but a comfortable save for Mohamed Al-Worst.
It is. Deep ball to the back post. Alvarez is up, he's hanging, he's high, but the header isn't high enough. Good save from the Saudi keeper. He's had a good game, hasn't he? When he's been asked to make saves, he's made them. That one in the first half from Messi was magnificent at 0-0.
Here comes Saudi Arabia down the left-hand side. Salim Al-Dazri with the ball at feet. Kanu's on the run through the middle, but he doesn't find him. He tends to go out to the far side just to try and kill some time and keep possession, and they have it once more with Malki, who shifts play to the right-hand side. Opportunity here now for Salah Abdulhamid. He's got outside of him more support, and it's coming from Al-Naam, who will look to try and put a ball in. Al-Naam is going through, and he goes down, but there's going to be no free kick, and Argentina will try and get it clear from inside their own penalty area. We've had 11 minutes of time added on here. Forward comes Messi down that right-hand side. Over halfway, he's got Di Maria outside of him. Di Maria towards the edge of the penalty area. Cuts inside onto that left foot of his as ever, then whips it into the penalty area. It was a floated ball, and it's beyond everyone and out of play. What will be a goal kick to Saudi Arabia?
Well, that surely must be it. Renard, the Saudi Arabian head coach, he's pointing at his wrist, saying, come on, referee, that should be time. And I imagine here, I think he's just signalled maybe 2 more minutes. I could be wrong.
Well, we've had 11.5 added on. There was due to be 8 originally, as we said, but that injury to Yasser Al-Sharai has added the time on once more. We're getting used to this at this World Cup. We're live on TalkSport and TalkSport 2. Argentina 1, Saudi Arabia 2. Al-Worst launches it forward for Saudi Arabia. Header won that time by the head of Fernandez for Argentina. It's going to be a throw down this right-hand side for Saudi Arabia. Midway inside the Argentinian half. Lionel Scaloni, the Argentinian boss, has his hand on his chin, looking perplexed. Hervé Renard continuing to drive on his Saudi Arabian players. They've had injuries, they've had a stack of yellow cards, but they've defended resiliently, and they've scored 2 brilliant goals against an Argentina side. Well, they don't concede 1, let alone 2 in recent times. 23 games was the last time they conceded more than 1 goal. And as we mentioned, they've only lost, remember, Cameroon back in 1990 when they lost the opening game of a World Cup. That was a shock. This, even beyond that, 48 places separating these sides in the FIFA rankings. Nobody gave Saudi Arabia a chance today, including us. Di Maria, back in towards Messi. Messi just outside the centre circle. Here they come, Martinez, left-footed ball played in low, blocked, it'll be cleared again. Messi goes in for the challenge. Martinez is there once more, left-footed ball kick. Surely the referee's going to say enough soon. 13 minutes have now been added on to this game, and yet we play on. Throw down the left-hand side for Argentina, inside the centre circle. Here's De Paul, plays out wide to this left-hand side to Martinez. Still going as Acuna, down this left-hand touchline towards the edge of the penalty area. Closed down immediately by this Saudi Arabian defence, and a great header out and away from the edge of the penalty area. But we continue. 13.5 minutes added on now. Right-footed ball swung to that far side. Argentina trailing by 2-1 against Saudi Arabia, 51st in the world, who've never made it beyond the round of 16 in the World Cup. Now a chance to break maybe down the left-hand side, but Martinez is across, and we'll give it back to Martinez in goal. And here they come once more down this left-hand side with Fernandez. Whistle to the lips of the referee, and there is the final whistle. Argentina have beaten the greatest day in Saudi Arabian football in history. They border on Qatar, and they've come across in that drove to the Lusail Stadium in Lusail City, and they have stunned one of the favourites for the World Cup in one of the biggest World Cup shocks of all time. We said it was going to get messy in Qatar. We didn't mean in this way though. Saudi Arabia, 48 places below Argentina in the pecking order of world football, have turned up and turned them and Lionel Messi over. The likes of Di Maria, Otamendi, all those players you've heard from before, scoring goal after goal in the Champions League, and they've been turned over by Saudi Arabia in the Lusail Stadium. What a performance, what a result. David Connery.
Yeah, sensational. You've got to say second half, but even the first 45, I thought Saudi Arabia, their game plan was superb in terms of defending quite high, a good defensive line, trying to restrict those times that Argentina will be camped on the edge of their box. You know, how do you go and try and get a result against a side that are so superior? I've got so much attacking talent, and the manager, Hervé Renard, did brilliantly here. All the work on the training ground, defensively so solid, superb. And the second half, they carried such a threat. Scored 2 great goals. Argentina, abject second half, ponderous at the end of that first half. Again, slow starters in the second 45, laboured, too many misplaced passes. And you've got to say that Saudi Arabia kind of, they certainly earned this victory. Make no mistake, they were superb.
We all remember 1990 and Cameroon, who beat Argentina that day by 1-0. Well, for the first time since then, they've lost that opening fixture in the World Cup in Group C. In theory, this was supposed to be the easiest game in the group, but it's finished in Lusail Stadium in Lusail City. Argentina 1, Saudi Arabia 2.
What do you make of that? Adam, David, thank you very much indeed. I wonder how that result has gone down right now in Buenos Aires, in Mar del Plata, in Rosario, in Mendoza, in Cordoba, Argentina. The story belongs to Saudi Arabia. They have done it, undoubtedly. One of the biggest ever World Cup shocks. Saudi Arabia, neighbours here to us here in Qatar, have just beaten Argentina, with Lionel Messi leading the line by 2-1. Julian Laurent and Simon Jordan are with me here in the TalkSport studio. Julian, what do you make of that?
Incredible, really incredible. This is what the World Cup is about. We were saying with Simon earlier, This is one of the biggest, greatest upsets of all time, with the North Korea win against Italy back in '66, with Cameroon against Argentina in 1990, Senegal against France 2002. All those incredible games where you would have never put a penny on the Minos, and yet they created the upset.
Simon, it's not often I see you stop for words, but you were a moment ago.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, this is the romance of the World Cup, and also for this region. You know, this region's coming for a lot of criticism, and some of it people will say is justified, but on the football landscape, this will be a shot in the arm for those playing in this tournament from this region, and a lifting and elevating of the football in this area.
Yeah.
But as a matter of fact, they deserved to win this game. They were brave in the way that they played. The goals that they scored were fantastic. They came back from being in very difficult times in the first half. 3 goals disallowed the Argentinians had.
Yeah.
But notwithstanding it, you found yourself sat here, I don't know about you, Julian, losing impartiality and wanting the Saudis to win.
Absolutely. And when they did, they've just done it. They've beaten Messi's Argentina by 2-1. Simon, thank you again.
Scaloni be under some pressure.
Not half. Simon and Julian, thank you very much indeed. Good luck, Julian. Bon chance tonight with La Belle France. But what's going to happen in this tournament next? It's all yours, Tunisia, it would seem. They go in against the highly fancied Danes. Denmark against Tunisia. Group D for that. That's coming up next on Talk Sport, presented by Hugh Wisencroft.
The warm-up on TalkSport with EE. You can't always count on VAR getting it right, but you can count on EE full fibre broadband to give you the speeds you pay for, even at peak times. Powered by BT. Limited availability. Check coverage at ee.co.uk.
It's party time with Juicer. Score some great rewards, like a party bundle, including beer and a takeaway voucher, bottles of wine, or love to shop vouchers. Just spend at least £4